Had a pretty productive day of work today. A bit exhausted because I really went ham today and just had a lot of L's. Like I was trying to refill my AdBlue for my car. I went to like 3 different sort of petrol stations, did back and forth. My engine light turned on for my G-Wagon for some reason, so I need to get that sorted out. A bit exhausted. So I am a bit burnt out. Go on my phone, go on Instagram, and man, but just seeing everyone just having fun, seeing all the stories of people achieving different goals. Like if I'm following 300 people, every day at least 1 out of 300 is hitting like a once a year sort of milestone. So as a result, it feels like people are hitting milestones left and right. And what it does, it makes me feel like I'm really unproductive and my life is boring, even though my life is, I know it's good. But, as I mentioned in a previous video, my everyday life does not match up to the everyday person's peaks. I need to remember that. It's hard though. It's like, well, let's say you're a swimmer, every day doing training. And obviously, at your peak when you're sort of actually competing and you're racing and you're all prepped, you can probably smash like a 29 second. But then you go on Instagram and you see everyone posting, oh, I just did 31 seconds. I just did 32 seconds. I just did a 30-second heat. And all of a sudden, since you're like, oh, damn, like, I was pretty exhausted. Like I had a solid day of training, but I only did 35 seconds today. Then you start feeling bad. But then ironically, you're going to be posting the 29 seconds when you sort of compete. But it's tough. It's so hard for me to gain perspective and remind myself how awesome my life is. And the reason why it's hard is because things are always going wrong. I'm doing probably 10 times more than the everyday person. So I'm literally having 10 times more problems. And as a result, when you have more problems, it's not really good for your morale. Like when I have my Google Docs isn't really working, and I'm looking for a solution. Cash flow hasn't been strong because we've been just reinvesting a lot into the product. So we haven't had and done a lot of sales recently. So many things are going on just because I'm doing 10 times more than everyday person. And I am probably getting 10 times more amount of wins. They're probably wins that I don't think about. It's weird. As humans, we always talk about the losses or think about the losses and we don't think about the wins. Like I don't think about how awesome my life is. I don't think about how, I had a productive day and I finally bought a car cover, so I don't have to worry about that anymore. I don't think about how I nearly completed hiring journalists and building the whole tutorial for that. I don't think about how I'm sort of getting close to finding devs. I'm now learning how to sort of analyze the tests that these developers do, and I'm able to really get technical when it comes to the recruiting. So there are so many wins. The Rolex has been appreciating. One of my NFTs, Jungle Freak, it's sort of slowly popping off. Like things are coming together, but for some reason I always think about the losses. So what I'm thinking is maybe one exercise I'll do is on my sort of end of day routine, or like I want to talk about the wins. Talk about the recent wins I've had. Like I used to write things I'm grateful for, but for some reason that doesn't stick because it feels like, I'm grateful for having a life. I'm grateful for having family. We want to talk about recent wins. I think that would be really, really helpful. And if I'm doing that every day, it's going to help. That's going to be really good for my morale. So yeah, that's my thoughts. As you can see, I'm a human. I go through insecurities, but that's something I need to work on. And the fact I'm aware of it's going to help me. And being able to speak about it, I'm pretty happy I'm able to speak about it and I have confidence behind my flaws. And that, like my insecurities are probably much, much lower. That's another thing I forget. It's all about perspective. Like even though I'm openly talking about this and it seems like it's a problem that I have deal with, but it only pops into my mind when I'm burnt out and exhausted. Most of the time, like I don't even think about it. Like I'm pretty happy with my life. Like I'm gonna go windsurfing next week, and that's gonna be a blast. And most probably, like I don't know how other people think, but I have a good feeling that the average person is probably feeling what I feel like all the time, but 10 times worse, and they're sort of band-aiding it with just numbing their brain with TV shows, Netflix, and sort of social media. I'm just sort of confident enough to sort of talk about the small amount of sort of problems I have, just because I want to be honest with you guys and I want to be honest with myself. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy this video. Really want to get your thoughts on these videos and hopefully you guys enjoy me documenting my process. So that's it for this video. I'm Andy Mum, the founder of stunning.com. I have nothing to sell you. I'm just here to document my journey to $1 million per year. Right now we're at $500,000, and we have 20 plus employees worldwide. And I'm just documenting my journey and bringing you guys along. So I really appreciate all the support, and yeah, let me know if you have any questions at all in the comments below. Hope you guys have an amazing day, and I'll see you guys tomorrow with nothing but more value. Peace.